Welcome back to another episode of Redbirds on the Arch. You got me, TZ, and two of my best friends that I love talking baseball with, and that is Aiden and Tyler, the other Tyler that's a little less attractive than me, a little more ugly, aka Farm Hands, Redbird Farm Hands. Um, Anyways, so last episode we talked about trades and all that, and after that, we now have the number two farm system in all of MLB, which is really cool. You guys want to say anything about that real quick?
Well, you started with two guys I love, and I thought you were gonna stop there. I didn't. I didn't think you were gonna add talking baseball with, so I was getting a little concerned there for a second. But yeah, Cardinals are the number two farm system in baseball according to Baseball America, and what a time to be alive. I mean, this is the best the farm system's been in years, probably since the 2013, 2012, 2011 time frame when they had Carlos Martinez and Michael Wacha and Lance Lynn coming up through the system.
Yeah. So on top of that, like the season looked pretty rough there for a couple weeks leading into the trade deadline, maybe even a week after or so. But the past week or two, it's been looking a lot better, and the season's about finding our core. Some of our core pieces have been looking really good, helping carry this team, and now we feel like we're back in it. Hopefully, we can make a playoff run. And what do you guys think about this hot stretch?
You know, I'll let Aiden talk on it first since I just talked on the number two farm system point.
I mean, it's nice that they're winning games, right? I mean, you just saw that you're the second best farm system in baseball. You have a low payroll. You're 2.5 games out of a wild card spot. I mean, you're kind of in a pretty good position to set yourself up for the future. So, I mean, that's just a lot of fun. It's very exciting. Like there's a lot of promise for the future. Obviously, this is baseball. Anything could happen. This could be a complete flop 5 years from now, which hopefully it isn't, but I have a lot of faith in what, this organization and this front office and, all the front office's staff has been able to do. It's been really amazing and they deserve a lot of credit and props for what they've built and what they're going to continue to build. So it feels good to win. Shout out Ryan Stanek though. I mean, that dude was amazing. Was that last night's game, right?
Yeah,
Or yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
Or
I remember texting the DTC group chat and I was like, moments like that is what starts a hot streak for a team and pushes them into the playoffs. Now, obviously, that's not guaranteed, but I think if the Cardinals get really hot, like really soon, right, and then you find them, in a playoff spot, 2 weeks from now. I mean, I think we can kind of go back and circle this Ryan Stanek moment and be like, this is what changed the season for the Cardinals. But again, like we could lose five straight, So I'm not saying it's gonna
I'm gonna
happen.
pick a different moment actually if we're gonna talk about moments. Mine's the Burley three home run game in Yankee Stadium, right? Like I feel like
Yeah,
if there's a moment that defines the 2026 Cardinals and if they make the playoffs, it's gonna be Alec Burleson in trade rumors all day, not knowing where he's gonna be. And then going out and performing and hitting three home runs to, start three series win in a row at least for the Cardinals. Like that could be a very big moment in the Cardinals season when we look back at it, depending on what happens over the next month and a half here leading into October.
yeah. I got some different moments I'm gonna throw out there, and that's every moment that how you say his name again? Pereira?
Everson Pereira.
Everson Pereira is in. He's had two great catches and a solo home run. Now it's just a solo home run, but in a 2-0 game um, that we won. That's pretty helpful. And as we know, this bullpen's been very bad, so just that little bit of cushion probably helped our bullpen a lot. Take a little breather and get through it.
Yeah, and I mean, shout out to the bullpen in this Phillies series. Like the bullpen pulled it together and got us two really good wins here. Obviously, the Ryan Stanek moment there, but like Luis Gastelum looked really good in a tough spot there in Game Three when you were only up. What was it, 2-0? Or no, by that time they were up a lot. But it was good to see Louis Gaston be better, and like overall the bullpen was a lot better this series than it's been in the past few series.
Hmm. Um, just a little update today. The Cubs look like they're going to lose, and the Pirates beat the Marlins, which is actually good for us. So that's a little good for our wild card chase. Both those teams losing. Anyways, so for our team to try to make a playoff push, is there any players that you guys think could be coming up soon? August 15th, deadline for that for the rookie save the rookie status is coming up. There's also a plate appearance thing. So maybe they wait week, or maybe they just wait till the September call ups, and um that's when they add the extra hitter and pitcher. What are some names you guys like? We can start with farmhands. I mean, your mic's unmuted.
Well, I was gonna throw it to Aiden. I'll save this guy for Aiden because I know Aiden wants to talk on Leo Bernal, especially with what the catching situation's been on.
Nah, bro, that one's you. That's you can't
You
put
want
that
me?
one on
You want
me.
me to
You
take
you
Leo
got
Bernal?
shouted on BK and Ferraro for that. So
For Ario, yeah.
Ferrario, sorry.
You did get shouted out, and it's your number two prospect on your Twitter rankings that
Yeah,
everybody should check out. So
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead,
I
speak
did.
speak on Bernal, bro.
I did a series of videos, guys. It's been going on for what is it? Probably 20 days now. Probably over 3 weeks. They're all about a minute long on pretty much all my top 30 list. I didn't include the new guys because I didn't want to like start and stop my list right in the middle of the trade deadline, and it would have been kind of weird to just throw those guys in the middle. But yeah, Bernal's just a solid player all around, very consistent. He hasn't had a WRC WRC plus below league average since coming stateside in 2022. That's all while being 4 to 5 years younger than the average age for each level. Like he's 22 in AAA, which is pretty impressive. There's not very many 22-year-old catchers in AAA at this point in their career. Um, he's finding his power as he ages. He's always been a solid contact hitter with not striking out, taking his walks, not chasing. He's a true switch hitter. Can hit from both the left and right side. Has an OPS over 800 from both sides this year. Um, and then, I mean, the defensive stuff. Minor league Gold Glover has thrown out, above 30% of runners, pretty much every year except for this year, where it's just a tick under that 30% mark. Um, Pretty solid framer. I know there's some people that say he's not a good framer. I think he's a better framer than maybe the metrics would suggest, and the blocking's pretty okay. I'm not sure. When you look at ask people around what's the weakest part of his catching game, it's probably the blocking. So that's something you're gonna have to watch. But he's just a totally different profile from like a Jimmy Crooks, who's a big swing and miss guy but big power. Like Leo Bernal is a little bit less power, but there's a lot more contact and a lot more feel for finding the bat than a Jimmy Crooks. So it's a different profile, but I think it's something that the Cardinals could benefit from, especially since Ivan Herrera's been a black hole defensively, Jimmy Crooks has been a black hole offensively. So trying to find something that's a little more balanced could help the Cardinals down the stretch here.
Yeah, I know a lot of people want me to say Joshua Baez, but I'm gonna go with Quinn Matthews. I think that's a guy that we're probably gonna see at some point for the rest of the year.
Probably Monday.
Yeah, uh, stick. I should say he's. I think he's gonna stick with the team. I mean, I thought he pitched well in his MLB debut. I mean, I know he had that rough first outing back in Memphis after being demoted to Memphis, and
Velo was
so
down. It was just kind of a weird outing all around. But then, I mean, he
yeah,
pitched last night and everything was back up to normal levels. And it was, what was it, 4 innings, 5 strikeouts, only 1 earned run. Like, it was pretty good.
something like that. I mean, I don't know. Whether that's a starting role or a bullpen role, I'm not entirely sure what his role would be if he does come up. But I think he should get as much major league exposure before next year, when he probably does get that role and has to face it every day. So I think it would benefit him more to be on the team come September. So that's kind of where my head's at.
you guys have anybody else like? This September, you get two call ups, you get a pitcher and a hitter, or do you think there's anybody that could
Uh,
be
I mean,
before
from the
that?
bullpen perspective, I mean, you know, does a guy like Hansel Rincon, who's been really good in a bullpen role over the whole season now, like does he deserve a call up? Cade Winquest is a guy who we've been talking about for a couple months now, as a guy who's has interesting stuff and was selected by the Yankees in the Rule 5 draft, has experience on a major league roster, never made a debut. Like, does that guy deserve to make a debut? Um, I mean, there's multiple guys who might have a chance to help out the bullpen, but as we've seen this year, you can have dominant bullpen pitchers in AAA and like a Luis Gastelum, it doesn't exactly translate, 1-to-1 or even like 2-to-1 from the minor leagues to the major leagues.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'll finally say it. Like the obvious one is Joshua Baez, right? Like I just don't see a world where he doesn't debut. I don't know if it's gonna be a long term thing, right? Where he gets called up and he kind of sticks here for the rest of the year, kind of like how they did with Mason Wynn a couple years ago or a few years ago. Maybe he just gets a debut, maybe gets a few games and then gets sent down.
Yeah. He,
Because
he's the one player that he can either boost your playoff chances because he's on a hot streak and
yeah,
absolutely tears it up when he gets up here. But he's also the one guy who might have a chance to sink your playoff chances because he's just up here striking out 45% of the time or whatever,
yeah,
and not making contact.
yeah,
Yeah. When I look at him, I'm okay with keeping him down just because like JJ stayed down last year, and I don't think that hurt him at all. And I feel like Baez has been getting better, at least recently. It sounds like, right? His chase percentage and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So like, why not just keep him down there for the final month of the season, and then tell him going in the off season, hey, like we have this spot, we want you to have it, but you're gonna have to earn it,
hmm
and that's how you go in the next season.
yeah.
And uh, like I said earlier, Pereira has been kind of a spark lately. Now we'll see how long that lasts. That could be like a Tommy Pham of 2 years ago spark where it lasts like a
3
week or
days.
two, and then yeah, and then it's just gone.
Yeah,
Or
he could very well be DFA'd by the end of the season and be an afterthought.
yeah, exactly. So I'd like to see what he can do. Like you guys said, he's not good against righties, but like last night he pinch hit and hit against a righty, and his defense has looked very good. So I'd like to give him a shot at least for now.
He's another former top 100 prospect and top prospect, and I think it was the White Sox or Rays, someone's system. So like this guy has pedigree from the past, so it's not like this guy's a talentless player. Like he's got some talent, he just hasn't figured it out yet.
I thought he went from Yankees to White Sox.
Maybe it was the Yankees farm system. I can't remember. One of the farm systems, he was like a top 100 prospect and like number
hmm
3 or 4 in their farm system at one point.
Yes, he was. So he's a guy I'd like to see more out of before calling up Baez. I mean, if the front office thinks Baez is ready, then okay, like he can be that September call up. And or if not, like we still have Urias who's about to come off the IL. We have I'm just gonna say his name, Gorman. If he's hot, like
He's hot
I
right now. He is
yeah,
hot, hot.
he he's hot, but the thing that scares me is he has these hot streaks that always last like a week or two, and then it goes cold. So
Yeah,
I would like to see Gorman keep that hot streak at
yeah.
least another week or two
If
until September at least, and
they wanted
see
to hop on
then
this hot streak, they should have hopped on it a little bit earlier and rode it for
yeah.
a week,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
The thing is they're so short, you don't know like
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to hop on them when they're that short, when they're
yeah,
only a week or two long. So
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The one thing that, like, if the Cardinals call up Joshua Baez, he might not be ready, but they might see the benefit in getting him major league experience and getting him time against major league pitchers, so he knows what to go into the offseason with in terms of a plan to learn how to adjust and we've all heard like the first person that called who was it, Dalton Hurd or Rob Scherfel, I can't remember how the story went, but one of the first people to call, or maybe it was, I don't remember who, it was one of the front office slash hitting coaches, but like the first person to call him was Joshua Baez and be like, I want to get to work. So like this guy's obviously a hard worker. I mean, to get from where he was in his minor league career to where he is now as a top 100 prospect, like that takes a ton of hard work. So like this guy's he's going to put in the work. So giving him major league experience where he can put in the work this offseason to figure out how to continue to get better, like they could see some benefit in that.
Yeah, and I will be honest, I think that's the route they need to go, just because with 2027 obviously up in the air and him being on the 40-man roster, I think it's best if he sees that live action pitching now at the major league level than possibly having to wait,
Yeah.
like 9 months,
Yeah.
like that's in the realm of possibilities here, and I think it would hurt him more if you waited that long than giving him an opportunity this year.
Yeah.
Like it could just be a series. Like I don't think it has to be like a week long thing. Like if you don't want to stretch it out that long because he hasn't performed well, don't. But at least he saw some
Mhm.
kind of major league pitching.
I think if they call him up, they're going to give him a month at least. Like I think
All right.
I think at minimum they probably call him up like September 1st. Like I think that's going to be the latest they call him up. I don't think it's going to be like let's call Joshua Baez up for the last series of the year. Like I think they're going to give him a substantial amount of time if they decide to call him up.
Yeah, I think it just part of that also depends on where the Cardinals sit in a playoff race, because if
Yeah.
if they're in the race,
And then what does
right,
left
and they're
field
right
production
there,
look like as well?
yeah, and Baez isn't producing, I don't think they're just gonna stick him on the bench and not have him play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would probably send him down to Memphis. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's going to depend where St. Louis is in the playoff race come September.
Yeah.
And if they're competing and Baez isn't doing anything, I think they'd rather go with a different option. But
I'll give you a sneaky one. One last one. Cooper Jerpy. If the Cardinals are in playoff contention, come early September, and you have to get a guy up here before September 1st in order to have him playoff eligible, the Cardinals would be stupid not to call up Cooper Jerpy and put him in the bullpen and get him ready to be a lefty bullpen weapon come October if they're in the race. Now, if they're not in the race, let him continue starting, keep him down in Memphis. Probably doesn't get a call up till next year. But like if you're in the race and you're a half game back or a half game in front after a hot streak these next couple weeks, like call up Cooper Jerpy before September 1st. He doesn't have to stay up here the whole time. You can call him up for a couple games and then send him back down. But like this guy's going to be a bullpen lefty weapon for you come October if you want that. So I think the Cardinals would be pretty smart. He's already on the 40 man, so you don't have to worry about all that. But like I think that would be a smart call up if the Cardinals are in playoff contention. And I don't think there's much risk with a 25-year-old in terms of throwing him in the bullpen for a playoffs or whatever.
yeah, and I was really impressed with Jerpy's last start. I mean, the stuff seemed a little inconsistent, his first start, but obviously with the MLB ball being different from the rest of the minors,
Yeah.
it obviously takes some kind of adjustment period. But like I said, I was really impressed with his stuff, his past start on Tuesday, I believe it was. Like the cutter wasn't backing up. It was a perfect like higher rise cutter. I think it averaged like 8 or 9 inches of IVB. The sweeper was really sweeping. The changeup was really dropping. And the fastball is just going to play because of the arm angle and the approach angle. I mean, I don't care if he throws 91 to 93. The arm angle, along with the release height and the approach angle, that the vertical approach angle, I mean, that's just going to make his stuff play at that level. So
we all know that what is lefties are like 1 for 42 often this season, which is like
it's something stupid. Like they just
like you'd be stupid if you're the Cardinals not to get that in the playoff series against teams that have a lot of lefties.
Yeah, he's just simply unhittable for left-handed hitters so far. Like it's ridiculous, and it's because of the arm angle and the arsenal he has. So
yeah,
I think I don't know. I'm kind of thinking they should do that now. I'm thinking that should.
Does
be
he have to come
step
out?
one.
Does he have to come out before September 1st for the playoffs?
Yeah, that's how it works. You have to be up on an
okay.
active roster. Now they give out waivers like all the time. It's like I think they could probably still like what was his name last year for the Guardians? DeLauder. He made his MLB debut in the playoffs, and they gave him a waiver. It's like you probably can get a waiver for Jerpy if you really wanted to, but like the guys, I mean, I don't see any harm. I think the guy's MLB ready enough that you could call him up before September 1st, and I don't think it would go horribly.
Yeah, I think the only thing that makes me nervous with Jerpy is obviously the walks right now since he's come back from Tommy John. Like that's been his main killer. It forces him to throw a lot of pitches. in every outing, and obviously right now
Yeah.
he's on a like 60 pitch count, maybe 65.
Yeah.
Which if he was in a bullpen role, like I don't think they'd stretch him out that long.
No, he'd be
Yeah.
at one
But
maybe.
He
yeah,
can take
one maybe two
Ferguson's
inning
spot.
limit.
Ferguson's walking everybody anyways.
Yeah, bro, he's been brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think I told the DTC chat that he has recorded 6 walks without getting an out.
Yeah, in that Philly series. That was
Yeah.
brutal.
I think that's the only time he's ever pitched as a Cardinal. I think in
No, he pitched a few. He pitched, yeah, I think,
oh, I
in
could
the
have
Yankees.
sworn. Oh
I
yeah,
think
maybe he did. He did. You're right.
by
You're
the
right.
way, I think he only got one earned run from all those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
because Ryan
Stanek saved
Stanek
him.
bailed. Because that first game, he only walked 2, and then they took him out. And I think it was, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Soriano bailed him out, and then obviously Stanek bailed him out with the bases
Yeah.
loaded
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. But
Thank God we didn't trade Stanek. We needed some stability in this bullpen.
Yeah,
I think it's safe to say his option's probably going to get accepted this
yeah.
offseason.
yeah, I would agree.
Club option $6 million with the
Yeah.
low payroll already. Like,
And he's been great since May or whatever it's been. Like
he's from the St. Louis area, so like
it's
probably
home.
Yeah.
loves it. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And he
just
likes the team. You
Yeah.
know, he likes his role.
Yeah.
add a couple more guys around him this offseason, and hopefully the bullpen's better next year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
which
that Cooper Jerpy move though. That's
I would only do it if you're in playoff contention.
yes, I agree.
But,
That's
like-
that's if you're in playoff contention and you think you have a legit shot at making the playoffs. Like if you're kind of looking at your schedule and you're kind of like, I don't know,
yeah.
then maybe you don't do it. Like you could still do it,
I
obviously.
think we have one of the easiest schedules, like bottom half or top
Possi-
half
I
of
don't know.
easiest,
Yeah.
something like
don't know.
that.
I know we have like at least the Dodgers coming up, which is gonna be a tough series.
We already whooped them once this year, and they're cold.
They are cold.
They are very cold.
They
I,
would,
I
the White Sox would get a bye right now, and the Dodgers have to be in a wild card series.
yeah, Braves
Yeah,
get the bye
crazy.
because the Braves are on the tiebreaker with the Dodgers.
Braves and what is it? Brewers.
Yeah, Brewers are up there.
And Brewers and Dodgers are playing each other this like starting today. I think it's a 4-game series. I would guess. I mean, it's starting Thursday. So
I need the Dodgers to get hot though, because I do not want to play them. And if we get into like the third wild card, like I don't want to play the.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
I'm gonna be
But
honest.
how cool of a
I'd
story
rather
it would be.
I'd rather play them than the Brewers right now. The Brewers have whooped us all year. I don't want to play them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want
Give
to
me the
face
Braves.
Dustin May.
Give me the Braves with no pitching.
That's fine. We've beat the Braves this year. I'll play them.
Yeah.
After Chris Sale, they got no one.
Yeah. And for everybody listening, I don't want to play any of those three. But if we have to pick one, that the Braves are who I would want to play. I think
Yeah.
because
yeah.
we have beat them.
Yeah.
But a quick question on Quinn Matthews. So like you have told me he's lined up for his start for the doubleheader, which is Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
So
Yeah.
it kind of lines up. Does that reach the 15-day limit? And after that, do you think he gets sent down and then maybe he's called back up in September and goes to the bullpen?
For a doubleheader, it doesn't matter the 15-day stuff.
Oh
Doesn't
yeah,
matter. But
Forgot.
but like if they wanted to keep him, I think then it would matter.
yes.
Uh,
They'd probably send him down. So would he? Do you think he would maybe be the September call up and go to the bullpen? I would say Libby, but they just have shown us they don't want to put Libby in the pen.
I actually think Kyle Leahy goes to the bullpen come September. I think with how they're starting to really
Because
ramp
of
down,
inning counts.
because of his inning count. I
Okay.
think they're starting to ramp him down. You know, last time he threw 80 pitches. This time I think it was 75 or around 80 again. Like they're slowly starting to bring him down in terms of pitch count every game. Like I think eventually they're going to either have to have a piggyback with him. You know, so maybe Quinn Matthews is technically in the bullpen, but he's like the piggyback for Kyle Leahy, or Kyle Leahy goes to the bullpen and Quinn Matthews starts, and then Kyle Leahy piggybacks for 3 innings off of him or whatever. I don't know, but I think they're going to try to keep Kyle Leahy's arm healthy, and I think that's especially going to be the case come if the Cardinals think they're going to make the playoffs, because you really want Kyle Leahy starting game 1,
Yeah.
maybe game 2 for you.
Yeah.
Come October.
if they do that, I hope they have Quinn start strictly just because if it was like Libby or Leahy coming out of the bullpen, they've actually done it before, so they've been there, done that, know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Matthews has always started, so
yeah,
I feel like it would just make more sense to have Matthews start.
yeah,
Yeah. It's a lot of fun that we keep mentioning playoffs and we're here in mid-August and we were sitting here at the beginning of the season talking about how we're probably going to be one of the worst teams in the MLB, and here we are just 2.5 out of the wild card. Which,
yeah,
to be fair, like a lot of teams have sucked this year.
yeah.
Like this has kind of been like a down year for baseball in terms of like performance. Like I feel
Yeah,
like there have been a lot of teams who have been like shockingly bad compared
besides
to
like the top three in the NL.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Like
mean,
if we were in the AL, I'd feel pretty comfortable that we'd have a shot at making the playoffs.
will we be in a playoff spot right now if we're in the AL? If
I'm
not
not
close.
sure. I'm not looking at it.
Yeah.
We'd be close because a
Yeah.
lot of those teams fighting for a wild card spot, I'm pretty sure have losing records right now.
And I mean, as we know, this stuff is very week to week, right? We could be hopping
Yeah.
on here next week being like 4.5 back and be like, well, guys, might as well get Joshua by as many as you can because it's not gonna.
Yeah.
So if we were in the AL Central or AL West, we would be around a game back of the division lead.
Holy jeez. Yeah, the AL's been bad.
The thing is, like, I feel like the Astros and Mariners like should be good. It just like
Yeah,
the Astros, it didn't click at the start of the season. They've been better lately,
yeah,
and then the Mariners, I, I think it's just their offense has been bad, which
yeah.
is going to happen when you have a 60 home run guy kind of be one of the worst
Yeah.
qualified hitters in MLB.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh's fall-off has been kind of incredible, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I
it's kind
told
of
somebody
scary.
at the start of the year that it was kind of a one hit wonder. I was like, he's good, but he's not like that good.
Well, he's not even
And
good anymore, TZ. He's just bad.
yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't help though that you also traded for somebody you thought that was going to help boost your club and he's played 31 games. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
that doesn't help either.
Th-
It
th-
sucks that
Thanks for Ty
Donovan's been
Pete and
hurt.
Durangelo Sanja,
yeah, no takebacks.
Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Anyways, so let's jump in more prospects because that's what this episode's supposed to be more about. Anyways,
We kind of went off in the ditch, didn't we?
we were
it's
having
okay.
fun.
So one of my first questions for the two guys, I mean, they watch more than I do and keep up with more of the stats and numbers and all that stuff. So, what are like some of your most surprising prospects? Whether you want to go like one at each level or just a couple, but
Oh man.
You want to do one pitcher and one hitter?
Yeah.
How about you do your hitter first, and I'll do my hitter, and then we'll go pitcher.
you do,
Oh man. Okay, so hitter, it's got to be Juan Bin Cho for me. I mean, obviously that's what he's capable of has always been there, but this year it's like actually translated for him. Like I can't remember, was it his first year? Like there was a lot of promise there. Like he had a decent year.
Yeah, at Palm Beach as like a what was it, 18-year-old?
Yeah, something like that. And I feel
yes,
like it's really declined since then. But this year, I mean, he's been on a rampage. I mean, we're talking almost 20 home runs for him, which is a huge improvement compared to his last career high, which was just 7. Um, he's got a 928 OPS on the year. He's got a 1,000 OPS at Springfield right now. I mean, he's on a tear at Springfield. I mean, he's got almost got a 600 slug. So my answer would be Juan Bin Cho. I mean, obviously, like I said earlier, the talent's always been there. Just
hmm
it hasn't shown up in game, and this year he's really shown us like the star potential he had when he was signed. Now, I don't know if it's going to be that star potential, if he ever makes it to the majors.
Yeah.
But we're seeing that potential he had when we first initially signed him.
he was one of my favorite prospects a couple of years ago, and some of it was because he what used to post about his dog a lot.
Yeah.
He's got like a
Yeah.
golden retriever or something that was kind of cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And like just give credit to him, right? Um, there's obviously some off-season controversy with him. For him to be able to block that out and post his best year, you know, of his career, like that's pretty noteworthy, and get on him on being able to do that. So
Yeah.
I want to say something real quick on him. Our farm system's good when he's not even in the top 30. He's having a very good year.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he's either off your top 30 or right on the borderline top 30, like 28 through 30 type of guy. Like he's definitely not a top guy yet, and any year past he'd probably be a top 20, top 15 guy for the Cardinals farm system.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have a pair of Dominican players that I want to highlight. Jesus Baez is the obvious first one. He's been the kind of the breakout hitting prospect of this year. Had never hit more than 14 homers in a single season, and then breaks out and hits 30 so far this year. Might get up to like 33, 34, maybe 35. Right behind Joshua Baez. The second Baez is hit crazy well, and also playing a solid shortstop. He moves good enough to play the position. Strong arm. Might be a third baseman in the future. Especially if that's going to be still a position in need for the Cardinals. There is some chase worries. He's not like the guy who's going to hit for a crazy high average because he does hit some ground balls, but he's gotten the ball more in the air this season, and I think that's pretty beneficial. And the other guy I want to highlight from the Dominican side is Yordelin Pena. He had never hit more than 6 homers in his career, and now he has 17 this year. I mean, he just hits balls crazy far, and it's fun to watch. He pimp jobs every single one of his homers. So he's been fun to
Yeah.
watch this year. He's a solid corner outfielder, strong arm. Both of these guys are guys who have emerging power, and I think that's one of the more exciting tools we've seen from a lot of the Cardinals prospects this year is emerging power.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I got one. I
Pitching
got
was
one. I got one that I'm surprised you guys didn't say.
Shoot.
Trey Richardson. Hasn't he been doing pretty good this year?
Yeah.
he's cooled off a little bit. Like he's been good, but
Yeah.
like he was like real hot when the season started. Like
Yeah.
Hmm.
unbelievable. And I mean he's still been good, but
Yeah.
I mean
He was
again,
really
like
good in high A.
he's
He
cooled
got
off.
moved up to double A and he's hitting 252.
Yeah,
Yeah.
778. I mean, he's been above average at both levels. The thing that's crazy about him is he'd hit like 3 home runs in like 4 minor league seasons, and now he has, what is that, 17 on the year? Like this guy
Yeah.
went from having
17.
zero power to like a
He had
decent
4 in
power
3
hitter.
years.
Yeah, like this guy. I mean, that's just a crazy breakout, and he doesn't get as much credit as a lot of other guys because he is 25 years old at Double A. Like this
Yeah.
guy's not a young buck anymore, but
He's
uh,
24,
yeah, 24, almost 25.
almost 25 in December.
Yeah. So he's like
Yeah.
league average, if not a little bit older for the Double A level. But like, credit for him for kind of reviving his career. Like, it's just been kind of a fun story, even if this is a guy who I don't necessarily project to like make a major league debut. Like, he turned himself from a guy who's probably going to get released this year to like someone who's going to stick around and probably be a solid farmhand for multiple years.
Yeah.
You think he could be like a Prieto at least, like kind of maybe get a chance at the roster
It,
for like a
he's a
couple
lot
games
different
and
than Prieto though because he's
yeah,
got a little more positional versatility, but like there's a lot of strikeout in this game right now. Like he's
yeah,
almost 30% strikeout rate. He's walking a little bit, which is nice, but it's just a different profile than a Prieto.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Not comparing their, you know, getting just their position. Older
Yeah,
guy, Prieto's older, isn't he? Isn't he like
yeah,
27?
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. But anyways, so who's your pitcher that's like surprising?
I'll be honest. I feel like all of my expectations for like most pitchers has been pretty spot on this year. Like obviously we were all pretty high on Jacob Odell going into this year. He's been really good. Obviously I've been on the Tanner Franklin train since the beginning of time, and he's been really well. He's arguably your second best pitcher in the farm system. In my eyes, he's your second best pitcher in the farm system. But I do have a fun name that I've really enjoyed watching this year, especially recently. Brian Holiday has been a lot of fun for me to watch at Palm Beach. He's been really good recently. I mean, he had a game where he had 9 strikeouts, which was a career high for him. And then his next start, he ended up punching out like 12.
Mm-hmm.
So going from a career high with 9 one game and then doing that again your next game, but upping it by 3, like that's insane to me. And I think the pitch movement is interesting. I mean, he's got really good spin rates on the breaking balls. I think the cutters are really interesting secondary. The fastball is all right. I mean, if he continues to climb and if he ever uses the Major League Baseball, I mean, it's going to be an okay fastball. The IVB is going to drop a little bit with the MLB balls, probably going to be around 15 inches rather than 17. And from his release height, like that's fine. But I'm just really intrigued by his stuff. He's shown the ability to throw strikes, a lot of strikes,
Hmm.
while also getting decent whiff throughout the year. There have been games where he doesn't get any whiffs, but then there have been games where he gets a lot of whiffs. So I would say he's probably my surprise one. But I will say, okay, before I jump the gun, were you going to have like because I don't want to answer this yet in case you had it as a question. Are you going to ask like who's a prospect that's slept on? Because then I'll save this answer for later.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I was going with this question, but we can go for that question too at later.
Okay, then I'll save my answer then.
Mine's Mason Molina. That's my surprising pitcher of the year. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
knew we all knew he was kind of good, but I didn't expect the velocity to tick up 3 to 4 miles an hour. Not quite 3 to 4 miles an hour. It was more like 2 to 3. But
Yeah.
but there was just a bunch of stuff that we heard about him that necessarily, especially when we got the AAA data, didn't seem to be true. Like he didn't get a lot of extension, and then he comes up and it's like we think it's like in the 5 to low 6s, and it's like 6'7" of extension. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then like the changeup and the fastball being as good as they were, especially in the or at the AA level, struggled a little bit with command at the AAA level so far, but like I think it's just going to get better as time goes on. And the fact that like there for the very early part of the season, he was better than Doyle and Chen Wei Lin and all these guys at the AA level.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he had a well deserved promotion to AAA, and he's definitely one of those guys who went from very back end of a top 30 list last year to middle of the 20s, early 20s this year, and that's all credit. Even with a bunch of guys emerging, like he still moved up the list more than other guys, which is pretty impressive.
Hmm. So kind of before we get into like the most slept on prospects, I was gonna say my most surprising.
Yeah.
Sure.
You got Sandro Santana because I'm surprised we got him,
Fair
and
enough.
he is just lights out. I love that love that piece. One of my
Fair
favorite
enough.
pieces that we acquired. Surprised we got him. He's pitching very good as Aiden posted to yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think about posted his stats in his 3 appearances or so,
Yeah,
three,
very
three.
small sample.
Yeah.
Very small sample.
If the
But still,
Cardinals are
like,
gonna make the playoffs, call him up straight from Double A and get him on the
uh,
roster. Him and Cooper Jerpy from the left side. It's gonna be sick.
I'm so in from both of them. Get them up here. But so let's go on
That was a
to
joke,
the
guys.
most
By the way, I don't think
slept
this
on
actually happened.
prospect. Yeah, I wish it would though. But anyways, with most slept on prospect, we'll start with Aiden. I mean, he kind of already wanted to say his. So, what's kind of yours? Do you guys want to say a hitter and a pitcher again?
Yeah, we can if you want to do that.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
mine
do that.
mine was a pitcher, so I'll start with pitchers because I gotta think about my hitter.
Okay.
So farmhands, I've really been the only one to keep this guy on my top 30 outside of like everybody else on Cardinals Twitter. Farmhands might know where I'm going with this pitcher wise, but I think Blake Ida. I think it's Ida.
It's a pretty bad time to talk about Blake Aid after he gave up 11 runs yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean,
On the year, he's been
I
really good.
I think he's just a really interesting prospect. He's now throwing 6 pitches, which I think goes a long way for the kind of pitcher he is. Throws a lot of strikes, which really helps him out a lot. Doesn't walk a lot of guys and gets a decent amount of strikeouts. Uh, he doesn't get like a ton of whiffs, but again, like he'll get enough whiffs. And I mean, before his last start, and every pitcher's going to have a rough outing, right? Like, I think everybody just needs to understand that. But before that, in his 5 games at Double A, he had a 3.3 ERA in 30 innings pitched, and only had a 6.22 OPS against. I mean, he was being a really solid pitcher at the Double A level before his last outing, where obviously that did not go good at all. Like, even he'll say that himself. So I just think he's a little slept on. I think he should be rated higher in the system than what most people have him as. Like, I know the fastball isn't elite, but I think he's got above average secondaries. I think everything else is pretty above average. So
Yeah.
I think he's just a really interesting pitcher that should get a little more hype than he does. I think he's slept on.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Gabriel Chinchilla down at the Palm Beach level. 19 years old, one of the youngest pitchers in the FSL level. Um, the only, I think he might be the only 19-year-old currently at the in the Cardinals full season ball outside of, obviously Yuiker Fajardo, who's at the Double A level as a 19-year-old, which is insane. But Chinchilla throws like a 91 to 93 mile an hour fastball, can run up to 95, 96. It's like a Andrew Kittredge type delivery. Like it barely looks like he's throwing the baseball. Like it's kind of crazy when he throws it, and then he just kills a spin like tremendously on like a changeup that drops off the table and is kind of his main swing and miss pitch. He's posted like a 4.11 ERA, striking out I think it was like 25, 26% of batters at the low A level. So like this guy is pretty fun and interesting pitcher, especially for a 19-year-old who I think with maybe a little more training, a little more effort in the delivery could sit a little bit higher on the velocity chain, and that can make him a very interesting prospect.
Yeah, and then hitter wise, I know the Cardinals prospect community. Like, I know Farmhands has been on this guy since the beginning. I know like Kareem's hopping on now. I know I'm hopping on now. I know Kyle's hopping on now. But I don't think enough of the fan base knows about him yet. Like, I still think they're trying to get familiar with his name. So I'm just going to say he slept on from that perspective. I'm going to say Miguel Hernandez. Farmhands has been on this dude since like the beginning of the season, and he's just performed really well at both levels he's played at so far. I mean, rookie ball had 9 home runs, had a 968 OPS. Finally got an opportunity to play at Palm Beach this year, like late July, I think it was. And in his 11 games, he's got an 1,000 OPS, does have a home run. He's walking an insane amount, which, again, it's low A. Like, some guys have a really hard time throwing strikes, but I mean, this dude's just really intriguing. His mechanics are really smooth. The swing looks really good. Seems to be a decent infielder as well. So, I mean, just slept on right now. Like, I think we're looking at a guy next year who will continue this, and it'll catch more people's attention.
I'm gonna do since Aiden stole my guy. I'm gonna steal his
Sorry.
guy, and I'm gonna go Colton Ledbetter.
Oh, I should have gone Colton. I don't know why I didn't do that. That was so stupid of me. All right, we're switching our answers, but Tyler's speaking for Colton, and I spoke for Miguel.
He sucked to start the year. I'll just say it. Like he was really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But they put him on the dev list. They worked to get the swing back to where it looks more like it was in college. They tried to do that in spring training, but it obviously didn't work. It kind of felt unnatural. It looked like to him, but ever since they put him on the dev list intentionally, kind of worked at it with 2 weeks. Like was very intentional about it. He's had an 879 OPS since coming back from the dev list in mid June. I mean, and the batted ball metrics are really good. Like getting the ball in the air, pull air rates really well, hard hits, doing well. I mean, he's striking out like 20% of the time, which it was like over 30% before the dev list thing. So that's fun. Not chasing nearly as much. Zone contact and contact rate in general are a little down still, but like this guy's showing power. The defense has been a little rough, but when you consider he's been playing on and off, like I think the defense is going to continue to get better with time. I think he's a better defender than what he's shown this year. So it'll be interesting to see if he continues to progress in that. But like the hitting's been super impressive since coming back from that little stint on the development list.
Yeah. So I think Farmhands and I are switching answers here. I can't believe I didn't go with Colton Ledbetter. That's so bad of me.
Especially we were just talking about him.
Yeah, I know. So bad. And I just posted about him like 4 days ago too. Oh, jeez.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
I,
jeez,
I
that's
pulled
even
the stats
worse.
off. I was looking at your tweet as that was.
Yeah. Well, I noticed you said like, what'd you say, an 879 OPS?
Yeah,
Well, since then he's increased it. He's now over 900.
because
So
he hit a homer, did it? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he's now at 901. So
You got anybody TZ that's you think is a sleeper prospect? I know you're the Matthew Miura stan of the.
Matthew Maira, yep, that's my hitter for sure.
He's actually been
Uh,
pretty decent this year. Like better than I thought he would be.
Pitcher Sandro Santana.
That's fair. I mean,
I
he's
okay.
not on my
Can
top 30 list, so
he's gonna
can
be on mine soon. I'll tell you that.
oh, when we do ours for the start next season again,
yeah.
he's gonna be on mine. Maybe top five. No, he won't be that high. But
TZ loves
another
his
one.
all these bullpen. This bullpen being so bad, TZ is just gonna put all his bullpen prospects top 5 because he needs them
Yeah.
so bad.
If TZ
Yeah.
ran an organization, just know your bullpen's gonna be elite. All right.
Yep. We're gonna have like
There's nothing that pisses TZ off more than a bad bullpen.
No, seriously.
this
TZ
season
gets
for
so
sure.
upset with the I
No,
listen, in the 3 years I've known you, TZ,
you
I
wanna know
have
what
never
makes
seen
me
you
mad?
more upset over anything than this bullpen this year.
Well,
Jeez
have you seen this
almighty, bro.
bullpen?
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Oh,
aware. I think we're all fully aware, but I'm just
Man.
saying, like, this bullpen's puts you
If
on a
you
whole nother rage
if
level
you
this
want
year.
to know what I don't like when I'm looking at prospects or watching the Cardinals play, is striking out a lot. Like players are gonna strike out sometimes, but those are just like rally killers, and I hate strikeouts.
Fair.
Bush Stadium is built to put the ball in play. Like the Cardinals are built for defense. That's why we like on defensive side, we like the ball in play. Other teams aren't built like us. Put the ball in play. And some people, Gorman, don't know how to do that. So,
Yeah.
uh, but back to kind of a slept on pick. Now, I think his ranking is a little more realistic now that we've added some players, but before this, like to start off the season, you guys had him lower than I did, and he's like still up there, but I didn't like the hate on Quinn Matthews. I thought he was kind of a sleeper guy. I thought he should have been higher, and he's came back this year, and you guys have even said like you're
Yeah.
excited for what he's done and all
I,
that. So that's good.
I think he dropped down to maybe number 7 on my list at
He's
one
eight.
point.
I was gonna say he was like
Yeah.
8 maybe on
Yeah,
mine.
and now he's back up to number 5, and obviously he made his major league debut, so he'll be off my list next time.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, him and
Yeah,
Gastelum will be off our list, I'm sure, next time it comes around.
I think Quinn will still be a prospect, but
But
yeah, I
I,
might leave him off mine too,
I do
just
debut
because of
only,
that.
so like once you make your debut, you're not a prospect anymore for me.
I would leave Maltz on there, Bryson Maltz.
No, he's not a prospect anymore. He's just a triple
Okay.
person.
If he gets called back up, I'll take him off, but
Yeah.
until that, he's probably on. So, to kind of wrap this up, I kind of got like two questions. I'm
Okay.
going to give you two questions
Okay.
just because I want you to keep them separated. That way you know what they are. So, the first one was like guys you expect to make the biggest jump next year. And the other one was like the players in double A or lower that you think could make the MLB roster next year. So kind of maybe start with the MLB roster guy and then maybe go to the biggest jump guy.
I mean, the obvious MLB roster guy is Sandro Santana, right? Like he's
Yeah.
already close to MLB ready and at the double A level.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with Farmhands here. That's just a harder question to answer because, like, again, we don't know what 2027 has in store, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we might not start till July. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I do, but I agree with Farmhands. Like, if anybody
Is there
made
another
that jump,
pitcher?
it's Santana.
Liam Doyle.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
there's a chance we could see him in Memphis at the end of this year. I think it would be best if you did that.
Yeah.
But
I think a debut. Rainiel Rodriguez.
There's
There's a
your
legit
hitter.
Yeah,
chance we
yeah,
see Rainiel
there's-
Rodriguez next year at the major league
that's
level.
fair. That's fair.
It-
Yeah, because
now-
he's not a 40-man roster guy. Like, he'll be able to play next year. So
Yeah.
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 Can you guys give me another hitter so it's not so bland for the listeners?
Maybe Jesus Baez. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many. Like, if Ty Pete somehow has one of the most berserk like years you've
Yeah.
ever seen, which he has the talent to do, like maybe he makes a major league debut. But I mean, he's gonna start the year in Springfield again, so it's like he's gonna have to go really, really well.
Yeah. I'll just say like
Tanner
another
Franklin?
pitcher. Maybe I was gonna say maybe Blake Ida as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I could see a world where that
It,
maybe happens.
it's much more likely for a pitcher to do it,
Yeah.
and it could be
Yeah.
one of these bullpen guys we're not even thinking about. Like, could Randall Clement has the stuff to be a major league pitcher? Like, if he just finds
Yeah.
command, it's going to be a quick rise for him. Now he doesn't
Yeah.
have any command currently, but
See,
Yeah.
that's the answer we're kind of looking for here.
yeah, okay.
Even though he's a top prospect, could you see like Brandon Clark making a pretty big jump?
No.
Like maybe not the
Not all the way
MLB,
to
but
major leagues,
No.
but
no.
Maybe.
Okay.
If he could throw more strikes, yeah.
Yeah. I know he's coming
But
off an injury, and
yeah.
this year's been rough since
are,
that. But
are we still talking the first question, or are we gonna?
Or are we
oh,
talking like
we'll go to the next question now. I mean, you guys kind of said your guys that could make the MLB jump from
I think Santana's the only one that I feel like really good about in terms of
I
pick.
agree with you.
and
I
hitter
agree
Rodriguez.
with you. Yeah, and hitter would
Yeah.
be Rodriguez. Yeah.
Okay, so like, who's some guys you think could make like big jumps? Like, I know at last off season, Farmhands wrote the thing about Jacob Oidle, and I know he hasn't made like a lot of jumps going up the farm system, but I feel like he's made a big jump in prospect rankings at least. So, like, who's some other names you guys think could jump up the rankings and maybe even jump up the minor league system like Quinn
Yeah.
Matthews did a couple years ago?
You want to go?
I'm gonna give maybe a not so fun answer, but I think there's a chance Tanner Franklin takes even another step forward. Like I'm talking like a step forward to where I think we're gonna have debates where is Franklin maybe the number one pitcher in the system? Like Doyle and Franklin could be that close. I think something they should do is maybe add a curveball for Tanner Franklin. Like I think that would be something that could really benefit him. Maybe like I know he throws a changeup. I don't have data on it. Like I can't see it. Maybe a sinker if they feel like they need to, but I think the four seam fastball is just good enough already that they don't need to do that.
Yeah.
So I think if they added like another secondary breaking ball wise, I think maybe you could see him take another step forward.
Yeah. I, I'm gonna go like a lot of players, but like one player, like the whole 18 to 19-year-old
Yeah.
international group in
Yeah.
Palm Beach. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know which one it's gonna be, but I think one of those guys is going to take a step up and figure out whether that's Miguel Hernandez, whether that's Sebastian Dos Santos, Frias,
Yeah.
Padilla. Like, there's just so many of them that like you're just hedging your bet that one of them's gonna break out. And then, I mean, you can either throw the guys that are not the international ones. Like, I think Trevor Condon, there's a legit chance like
Yeah.
he could start in Palm Beach and maybe make his way up to Peoria, like a 19-year-old in Peoria. Like, I wouldn't put that out of the question.
Yeah.
Maybe Rocco is better than we all think, and he's up there. Like, just the teenagers at the Palm Beach level, I think,
Yeah.
are going to be fun. Sebastian Rojas
That's
in the
exactly who I was
DFL
gonna say.
is going to
Like
be another one.
Luna Rojas.
Luna Rojas, like, we don't even know. Like, those guys are probably some of the most hyped up international prospects coming out of
Yeah.
the Cardinals ranks, since the Rainiel and Padilla days. And honestly, I think, there's people that would say those two guys are better than, like, I think Rojas was known as a good defender, and now you're showing the bat. Like,
Yeah.
I think he might be a more well-rounded prospect at this age than maybe Rainiel was when he was mainly just a bat guy. And like, Luna, I think he already hit like an 114-mile-an-hour home run as a 17-year-old. Like, the sky's the limit for him. So, like, I mean, I
Yeah.
think any of these teenagers could just absolutely take off.
Yeah.
I know that's not one person, so sorry, TZ, if I didn't answer the question, but
No,
it's just a group.
that's
I'm
That,
happy you gave more.
I think it's just a group that's gonna, and I think ideally, and I think most likely, it's gonna be more than one of these guys. Like, I think there's gonna be multiple of these guys that take off and rise up the ranks together.
Yeah. I think Cade Crossland could be another interesting one. Like, I think if he's somebody where if he could really control the walks, even make it like passable, right? Like, even if he's walking just like 14%,
Mm-hmm.
like that would be great. Like, that's a huge step for Cade Crossland because he gets a ton of strikeouts. Like, his stuff plays. But the problem is he walks like 20% of guys. Like, that's not going to work at any level. And I think if he's a guy who could trim down the walks and maybe come down to like 13, 14%, I think that's a guy who could also be a riser and take another step forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was happy Farmhands said he didn't say it till the end, but Luna, he didn't.
Yeah.
That was one of the names I was kind of waiting on.
He's just been injured all this year. Like, I think he'd be getting a lot more hype and be a lot higher on prospect list. Like, he wasn't even on mine because it's like he's played like 15 at bats in the Cardinals minor league system. Like, if this guy would have had a full year and would have put up a 1,300 OPS, he's probably a top 15 prospect in the system for me.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of all the questions I have. Is there any other prospects that you guys would like to inform some of the listeners about? Like maybe they don't know about, or you think just need a little bit more hype on them?
Shout out Aiden. He's been doing great work on the prospect side. A lot of good posts. You know,
Yeah, dude,
I've been distracted a lot by softball commitments between travel ball and school ball, and Aiden's taken the torch and kind of led the way with some of that stuff when I'm not doing it. So it's
Yeah.
been fun.
We would shout you out, Farmhands, but ESPN Radio did it today, so
Yeah.
we don't need to.
You got a bigger one.
That was awesome. So like I was at work and they said your name. They were like Redbird Farmhands, and one of my coworkers walked by and started talking to me. I was like, shh. I was like, hold up, I know this guy.
That's really awesome. Hey, if you don't follow Farmhands, which if you're listening to this, I don't know how you don't, because this dude already has so many followers. But this dude is like 250 away from 6,000, which is absolutely absurd. If for whatever reason you're listening to this and you don't follow him at Redbird Farmhands, please do. This guy puts out great content. He's been following the minor league system for what, like 4 years now, 5 years now.
Yep.
I mean, just and has great insight to a lot of these guys, and he's just a must follow. So if you don't follow him already, like get him to that 6K. He's just so deserving of it. So.
Yeah. If you haven't seen his setup, he literally has like 4 screens that include like laptops, computers, iPads,
TVs.
Which now it's just
and he watches
a
all
laptop,
the games,
right? Because you have
with MLB or not MLB with Valley Sports being able to have their
quad screen.
Their quad screen. I've been able to limit down, but you know, on occasion when it's important games, I'll still pull out the four monitor setup, and it's a sight to behold.
Yeah, TV, laptop, iPhone, iPad.
That was crazy.
I have 2 TVs. There's 2 TVs in the setup.
Yeah. There was 2. That was so crazy when you sent that. I'm like how do you even I really want you to explain this to us and even the listeners. How do you watch and actually take in what you're watching and be able to break that down when you're watching 4 different games?
I can tell you
5
the answer
or whatever.
right now. Farmhands has developed a skill where he's like a lizard. His right eye could be looking to the left, and his left eye could be looking up and to the right.
Yeah, it was hard when I had the whole like 4 screens and they were all in different areas.
Yeah.
But now that it's just the Valley,
that is easy
because it's all right there in like one block on your screen, so my eyes don't even have to like move. I can take in 4 games at once.
Yeah. Plus, if you like hone in on like one of the games in that quad screen, all the other games are in your peripheral vision. So like you can see like, oh, there's action in this bottom right, and I was waiting for this pitch to happen top left. So you just kind of.
Also, the Cardinals having Palm Beach on the East Coast, and then 3 affiliates in the Midwest. Like the Palm Beach starter, and like 4 or 5 or even sometimes 6 innings of the Palm Beach game is done by the time the other ones start. So that makes it a lot easier to kind of take it in because, as much as I don't really focus when, the minor league teams are pitching out of bullpens. Like, there's not many bullpen pitchers that I'm like, oh, I really want to see Dominic Picone pitch right here. Or I really want to see Jaume Ramirez or whatever. So, like, once they get to the bullpens, you can kind of focus on the hitting only and not really worry about.
Yeah.
So,
unless Sandro Santana comes in.
yeah, Santana is one of the few. Luis Gastelum, anytime Luis Gastelum was pitching in the minor leagues, it's like, you got to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's how I do it. It's become easier because of the 4 screens on one screen, but it was a skill for sure when I used to do it with all 4 different screens.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's kind of it for this episode. Don't forget to follow Redbird Farmhands. Don't forget to follow Aiden over there.
TZ?
What is your Aiden G _ baseball? Follow him because that's Farmhands Jr. apparently now. And don't follow me because I'm just the funny one. I mean, I know ball, but I don't post the fancy numbers like Farmhands and Aiden do. They post all the fancy numbers. But
You'll just go over to TZ complaining about the bullpen on his feed.
I haven't been doing
Or
that too
glazing
much
Alec
lately.
Burleson because that's his
Yeah.
favorite hobby right now.
I've been tweeting once a day, extend Burley. So okay, yeah, follow me for that.
Yeah.
And I guess we will see you guys on the next episode of Redbirds on the Arch.